Hello, we have made it to day 3 of our Back to School Energy Boost Challenge. And I have absolutely loved seeing all of the comments, all of the interaction with the live training and the workouts, and most importantly, hearing how good you are feeling and realizing that taking a little bit of time, even just a little bit, to move your body and to invest in your health is so worth it. And we reap the benefits of that immediately with just being in a better mood, having better energy, feeling more restored, and reducing stress in our body. So, welcome to the last day. And as we wrap things up here today, my number one goal for you is that this 3 days doesn't become just a 3-day thing that you did that felt great and that you go from here and are still struggling with the same things that you were before. Because what you've experienced here is just a taste of what it can be like for you on a day-to-day basis if you get yourself the right things in place so that you can continue on and be successful. So we're going to talk today about the easiest path to better energy and what are the common roadblocks that come up in our way whenever we're trying to change things, and specifically starting exercise programs and working for better energy through movement. And how do we eliminate those roadblocks so that you can take the path of least resistance? Because don't we need this? Don't we need this? We have so much that we struggle with and so many challenging and hard things. We talked about this yesterday, that if this is another thing that feels really hard for you, you are less likely to do that. And so I love the idea of the path of least resistance for you so that we can make this as easy as possible for you to do the things that you want to do so you can feel the way that you want to feel. So 3 things that I'm going to share with you today to watch out for when you're thinking about going forward from here and what your plan is going to be, and the best way to absolutely nail this so that these 3 days is the first 3 days in the next year, 5 years, 10 years of you living a more active and healthy lifestyle. Does that sound good? Okay, number 1. When we look at habit change and when we look at creating new routines in our life, one of the first things that comes up is decision making. And there's something, if you've not heard of this before, there's something called decision fatigue. And basically, every day we wake up in the morning with a certain amount of energy to give to, like, a certain amount of mental energy and mental capacity to give to our day and what we have to do. And making decisions is actually a huge energy zapper for us, right? Maybe you've felt this before. If you've had a really hard day where you're having to, problem solve and make choices and think through a lot of stuff, and then at the end of the day, maybe you go to the grocery store and you are standing there in the grocery store in front of all of the choices of bread or apples or whatever it is. And have you ever just found yourself sitting there staring? And it's like you're looking at all these good options, but it's like your brain can't make a decision about what to do. It almost sends you into this overwhelm. This is decision fatigue. And when we have just a lot on our plate, it becomes harder to make decisions. And so taking a step to get yourself a program and a plan in place so that you don't have to make any more decisions when it comes to exercise is one of the greatest things that you can do, right? So if you have tried doing exercise in the past and just maybe said to yourself, okay, I'm going to wake up in the morning every day and I will do some workouts. And then you have to go on YouTube and decide what workout you're going to do, or maybe you're using Beachbody, or maybe you're just going to go for a walk and kind of figure things out. Your brain is having to choose every single time what you're going to do, and this is exhausting. So when it comes to the path of least resistance, getting yourself somebody or something that is a program that's laid out for you so that when it's time for you to exercise, you don't have to make a choice of what to do. It is there for you. And if you have ever worked with a personal trainer, you understand the benefit of this because you just have to show up. That's all you have to do. And they're going to tell you exactly what to do. And it's so wonderful. And people are more likely to stick with it and actually see results when they work with a personal trainer. And this is one of the big reasons why, because all I have to do is show up and I'm going to be taken care of. Online programs are similar. There's a lot of wonderful online programs where it lays out for you, this is exactly what you have to do today. So you don't have to make the choice for what to do. So when you're considering moving on from here and choosing a program, number one, get an actual program. Get a plan so that you can reduce that decision fatigue for you. Now, in the 20-minute boost workout program, this is what we do. We program out the entire month at a time of daily 20-minute workouts. And our clients love this. They love it because we have an app. Everything's programmed out in an app, so you can see your calendar. You open it up. You have a notification. Here's your workout of the day. You just hit play, and you're ready to go. And you don't ever have to make a decision about what to do. You just have to show up and be ready to go. Love it. So get something that has a program. The second thing is to get accountability and support. Now, this is really key for any type of habit change because when we're trying to change habits, we have to understand, just like we talked about a little bit on day one, the mindset that is going on behind the choices that we are making. All habits and all of our actions come from beliefs that we have inside of ourselves. And part of the process of changing habits and changing your lifestyle and becoming more active is working through and changing some of the mindset beliefs that go on behind the scenes. And so when you are doing that on your own and trying to implement new habits without anybody that's there to support you or anybody that's there to check in on you and ask, like, hey, how are things going? Where are you at right now? Are you doing these things? We are more likely to quit because of the mental blocks, right? So here's a scenario for how this plays out in fitness, for example. So maybe you have decided that you are going to get out and do some exercise for 30 minutes every day after dinner, right? And so after dinner time comes and you're doing this for a few days and you're like, oh, this is awesome. But then there's one day where things are just really hard and crazy. Maybe your kid woke up early and you're tired. So that day you choose to opt out of doing the exercise. And you're like, okay, that's fine. I'll start again tomorrow. But then the next day, something else comes up and you're feeling tired and you think, well, you know what? It'll be fine. I'll start again next week. And so you've opted out and you've opted out and you've opted out, and now your brain is in the habit of, you know what, it actually feels a little bit better just to rest, and that's okay. And what's going on behind the scenes here is a belief shift that's at play, right? It's the fact that you are believing that it's not actually doable for you to exercise, that it is a hard thing, and that it's not worth it to get out and do that. Now, we all have off days. I'm not saying that you're going to be perfect, but when you are left on your own and nobody's checking in on you and nobody's reminding you of the things and the reason why you want to do this and helping you with strategies to work through when you do fall off track and stuff happens, you are more likely to just fall right back into those old habits than somebody who has accountability and support. So getting a support system and getting that accountability is critical. Again, there's lots of different ways that you can find this with exercise. A lot of people benefit from personal trainers. Some people find workout buddies. And I will just say this, your spouse is probably not, I know, did that surprise you? Your spouse is not the right person to do this for you, because I've seen this go wrong just too many times. When you are in a marriage relationship, the thing that you want more than anything from that spouse is unconditional love, right? Unconditional love and acceptance and support. And so when that person suddenly becomes your accountability buddy, and maybe you're having a hard day and you need some reinforcement and some support, but you also need your spouse to be like, hey, I love you no matter what. If they come at you and they're like, hey, why didn't you do your workout? And men in general are just really bad at the way they word things. It's not like, hey, honey, you look so tired. Don't you think you'll feel better if you work out? It's usually like, hey, aren't you working out today? And so I've just seen, I've seen too many heads butt in marriages with this, that I'll just say, probably not your best support system. A friend, sister, or a coach, right? Coaches are amazing at this, because a coach is somebody who has walked the road that you have walked, and somebody who is trained in habit change and helping you get from point A to point B. So in the Boost program, this is one of the things that I do as a coach, and I have a team of a few moms that help me with this, where we are keeping you accountable and giving you that support in the program. So one of my favorite things in our program is that after you complete your workouts, you get to check them off as complete. And as soon as you hit that little check box, which is so satisfying when you complete that workout, that comes through on our end. So we can see and celebrate when you are showing up and doing the things for you that we know that you want to do to feel better. But if we notice that a week or so has gone by and things aren't happening, right? Somebody's going to reach out and ask you, hey, are you okay? What's going on? And start a conversation with you so that we can help you identify, are there any of those mindset things that are coming up? Are there roadblocks that have come up that you need help working through? And this is 100% grace and not guilt, right? There's no like, hey, why aren't you showing up for workouts? You have to do this. It is very much from a place of, we are here to support you and keep you accountable to the goals and this vision really that you have for your life as an active mom, and support you on the way to get there. So you can get that accountability and support. And then the third thing that is the easiest path to having better energy is to get yourself into a community of people that are doing the same thing that you are wanting to do. This is very well researched. Very well researched is the herd mentality, right? As humans, we are built for community. This is in our DNA, because if you think generations and generations and generations ago, when it came to survival, we just survived better as a group. And so we're driven to do the things and move together as a group. Now, you can use this very strategically when you're trying to make a new habit. If you are not a person who exercises and you don't have anybody around you who exercises regularly, it is incredibly hard to start an exercise routine, because it's not part of your normal. It's not a part of what your brain is seeing on a day-to-day basis. So if you can get yourself into a community and see other people who are like you, who are doing the thing that you want to do, it's almost like it opens up this pathway in your brain for you to go forward and do this. It's really fascinating. And one interesting piece of this is that when you're in a group of people who are similar to you, you share something in common with them, this is actually even more effective than if you were just with, a random group of people. And so when I was coming online and deciding that I wanted to create a workout program for special needs moms, this was one of the things that I had on my radar, that whatever it is that I was going to do, I was going to create community, because I know that helps people to more effectively change habits, but because every special needs mom that I have ever talked to feels alone, feels like they're living on an island, feels like people don't fully understand them. We feel isolated in a lot of ways, because maybe you have to stay at home with your kids because it's harder to get out, or you just don't have anybody in your area that has a child similar to yours, or who can really understand all of the layers of the things that you do and the stress that you experience, right? It is very isolating. And I have seen in our Boost community groups, as these moms get together and we understand each other on all of these different levels and can really empathize, when somebody has an IEP meeting that day and they're trying to figure everything out, and It's like, I don't know if I can work out. And then they show up and they do a workout and they feel better, and we're all celebrating them. And we're talking about how the IEP went. This is so amazing. It's so amazing to have a group of women, a family, I will call it, like a fit family that is connected to you on so many different levels. So this is what we do in the Boost program. Everybody gets plugged into a small community group, anywhere between 5 and 10 other moms that are doing the same workouts as you every day. And you guys are on this journey together. And if it's not the Boost program, if you're thinking about trying a different program, I definitely encourage you to look at what is the community like in there, and are you going to feel like you are a part of a group, or are you just showing up and doing a workout, right? This is why I have been in group fitness for 20 years, because I've seen this in classes, in gyms, and where you're in a group with people, and the power that has to change how easy it is for you to move forward on that path. So, big takeaway. When we go from here, you guys, you have a really big and important choice to make, which is, what am I going to do next, right? What is that next path forward for me? And so getting a program and eliminating the decision fatigue for you, so that you know you're not going to have to think about what to do every day when you want to show up and do a little bit of movement, like we talked about. Day 2, giving yourself that daily movement. Second piece is getting accountability and support. Who is going to check in on you, and who is going to help you through those hard moments that we know are going to come, to help you keep moving forward? And number 3, who are you going to do this with? Who is your community, and how can you get around other people that are going the same direction as you? So here's what is not going to happen. You please do not go out of this 3-day challenge and sit and think about it for a very long time, because right now you've got this momentum, and getting started is truly the hardest part, making the choice to just try something. So if you've done 1 or 2 or even all 3 of our daily workouts, now is the time to keep that momentum going forward, because I've seen this also where moms will get a taste of something and be like, yeah, that was awesome. And then they'll sit on it and they'll think on it. And that think that maybe you're like, okay, let me just think about it for a week, can turn into a month, can turn into 3 months. And I've had moms who have done a challenge with me in September come back to me in March after the challenge and say, I haven't done anything since then, but that was so good. I want to do it now. And my question was, why didn't you do this back in September? And it was, well, I wasn't sure if this was the right thing, so I wanted to look at some other options. And, I was like, okay, that makes sense that you want to look at that. But 6 months went by, and all I could think about was, wow, where could she have been right now, and what could she have been experiencing by now if she had set aside just the thinking about what to do and just decided to go forward, even if it wasn't the perfect fit of a program, and just do something. So my encouragement to you is to do something now. Make a choice to do something, and make a commitment to something that you're going to start, so that you can continue the momentum forward and get to that place, just like we talked about on day 1, where you are feeling your best as a mom, you have energy, and you're showing up for your kids in the way that you want to show up for them. So if you are curious if the Boost program is right for you, I want to give you just a couple of bullet points for what you can expect in there. And we have a really special coupon code, a discount code for you guys in this challenge, to incentivize you to take that step, just like we were talking about, to actually take action and do something now instead of waiting. And there's a special offer for you through the end of Sunday if you choose to jump in and try this out. So what is the 20-minute Boost workout program? So like I said before, we program out daily workouts, 20 minutes every single day. Most of these are strength interval training workouts. We have a total body strength, we have leg strength, arm strength, core strength. There's 1 day of just cardio, and there's 1 day of just stretch. So you will get every 6 days a rest day that is stretch. Now, keeping the 20 minutes every single day is awesome for habit formation, and you will find a routine, and this will become so easy so that you will go from doing nothing to having a set routine that you can stick with for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months. And I want you to know that this is doable and this really works for busy moms. Most of the moms who come in and start the Boost program are able to stick with the daily workouts and able to stick with them for 3 months, 6 months, a year. I have one mom in the program that started the 20-minute Boost workouts in December of 2020 when we first launched this. And she did a workout every single day for over a year. And after the first month of this, I checked in with her and I was like, you are doing awesome. Because every time you do a whole month in a row, we have like giveaways and stuff to acknowledge that. So after her first month of doing every single day of exercise, I was like, how are you feeling? What's going on? And she said, honestly, I can't believe it. Because she had been in this start and stop cycle of, doing something a little bit and then quitting and then doing something and then quitting. And she couldn't believe that she was actually sticking with it. And she went on to just continue and continue and continue. And this is normal in our program, that moms find success in this because they're feeling so, so good. So you get the daily workout program. You get connected into your community group. Like I said, this is a small group of other moms that are there for you. We use our app that is going to help you to check off workouts so we can help with accountability. And then there's some other fun stuff that come through the app as well. There's a daily calendar of healthy recipes. It is not a meal plan, but we just highlight healthy recipes, one each week. And we have a whole recipe vault that has hundreds of healthy, simple, real food recipes for you to access. You get lifetime access to this once you become a Boost member. And so those kind of drip throughout the app. There's mindset reminders, like we talked about, to check in with mindset. We have a weekly healthy habit focus. We have accountability check-ins. We have a monthly coaching call that is about some topic. We've done them on core strength, on posture, on weight loss, on, mindset. I mean, all sorts of different things. So you'll always be able to learn more and grow more and take different challenges based on what it is that you're wanting to focus on. And then we are a monthly subscription program. So there's no long-term commitment. This is why I tell moms, just try it. Because I'm not in this to lock you into anything or make you commit long-term to anything. It is month by month. You subscribe, and then every month you'll continue to get the program until you're ready to stop. And it is just an amazing program. And I would love nothing more than to support you on your goals to having better energy in this program. So I'm going to drop a link here so that you can go to the page to check out the 20-minute Boost program. What you're going to see is a description of everything that I said that is included in the program. You will see also 2 different options in there depending on your budget and what you're able to invest in at this time for your own coaching. The basic Boost program is going to give you access to everything, the workouts and all of that. The only thing that you don't get from there is individualized coaching, right? If you want to work with me, if you want to be able to check in with me and get support and have access to that with me, that's the upper tier. But if you want to just come in and have your community and have your workouts and do that piece of it, that is available there as well. So you can choose which one of those is best for you. And the last thing is that I want to acknowledge that a lot of us as moms are, we've maybe had to leave careers, maybe we're taking care of our kids and our kids have a lot of physical, medical needs that have put some burden on you financially. And it can be quite hard to take that step to put money into your own health and your own wellness. I have sat in that chair before and I have had to make the hard decision to pull money away from something else to put money into me and my health. And sometimes that's come from my kids and things that I would have loved to bought for them and give to them, but I opted instead to do that for me. Um, and it can be a really hard choice, especially if you are still working through that mindset shift that I need to put my oxygen mask on first. But there is no investment that is greater than investing in your health as a mom. And one thing that helped me to shift when I was thinking about this was asking myself if this was an expense that I could add for my child that I knew would make them feel better every day, that would help them to stay healthier and be less likely to have health issues down the road, and something that would take a little bit of burden off of my plate, would I put this money to do that for my child? Right? That was what helped me to think through and process through the struggle of, putting an extra financial thing on our plate, because I knew I would absolutely do this for my child. And if I would do this for my child, why wouldn't I do this for me when I am the most important person in my child's world? Does that make sense? Do you see that little shift there? And so often we just sacrifice ourselves on behalf of our kids, and that often means like not putting money towards ourselves, not putting time. It comes out in so many different ways. And so if you're feeling, as you're making this decision, if you're feeling that internal struggle and that internal fear of like, I could use this money for XYZ other thing for my child, know that that's normal. Okay, that's a good thing. That's you being an awesome mom. But I also, again, whether it's my program or another program, I also want you to give yourself permission to take the path of least resistance for yourself and your health. Because that's what this is about. It's not about, just another monthly expense and spending more money on something for you that you do not need. It is about giving yourself the thing that you need in the easiest way possible. And that, my friend, is worth putting some money into, okay? So if you're struggling with any of the financial things, if you have specific questions about the Boost program, I am here to chat with you about that. You can pop a message here in our Facebook group. You can send me a direct message and watch for that post and some emails that are going to come with the information about how you can come in and get started with us so that you can start as soon as tomorrow on your next 20-minute Boost workout. If you choose not to go forward that way, you'll be here in our member-only group through Sunday, and then we're going to keep it just with members after that. So let me know if you have any questions about anything, and I would absolutely love to continue on this journey with you and support you in your next steps to having better energy and being healthy as a mom. All right, you guys, go keep being awesome, and I will chat with you soon.